If you've ever wondered whether you're neurodivergent or just felt like you see the world a little differently, you're not alone. I was diagnosed autistic at 25, and suddenly, so many things I never had words for started to make sense. Here, I share the good, the bad, the ugly, and the beautiful parts of life through an autistic lens. My name is Elena Carroll, and if you're looking for answers, understanding, or just an autistic friend, you're in the right place. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Cut. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Don't really ever have people on this channel, but today we are doing something a little bit different, and I want to introduce you guys to somebody very important in my life. That's your cue.
Hi.
Say hi.
Hi, how are you doing?
It's like you're chatting up someone at the bar. This is my girlfriend, Sophia. Yeah, how do you feel about being on YouTube?
A little nervous, but I'm excited to be a star.
Yeah?
This is not something I usually do.
No, it's not. I had to convince you to do this.
For you, I'll do it.
So if you guys are wondering where I am right now, I'm definitely not in my normal setup. I am currently in the Netherlands staying with Sophia, and so while I was here I thought it would be a really great opportunity to actually introduce her to my channel. I talk a lot about the challenges of being in a relationship, and something that we are navigating together is long distance, and we are also navigating neurodiverse brains. And so the other day I asked you guys on Instagram to ask us some questions about navigating neurodivergent love and all that comes with it. And so we're going to be answering those questions today. I am going to be popping the questions on the screen, but I am going to keep them anonymous just in case no one wants their usernames on YouTube. So without any further ado, let's jump into this.
Let's do it.
You feeling good?
Feeling so good.
Yeah?
Ready to go. Hit me with the hard-hitting questions.
Okay. Something that a lot of people wanted to know is, how did we meet? How did we find each other? And it's a pretty boring story.
Love is not boring.
Well, our love is not boring, but I wish we had a cooler story.
It was Hinge.
It was Hinge.
It's the classic gay meeting story.
Yeah.
I mean, it just so happened that you were in Toronto from New Zealand, or it wouldn't have happened.
Where did we go on our first date? Where did you take me?
We went to Sweaty Betty's.
Sweaty Betty's in Toronto. When we were originally talking about going on a date, which I just want to remind you that you told me that it was going to be the best date of my life.
Best first date of your life.
Yeah. And it actually
you have to set the bar high, because then if there's some disappointment, it's okay.
You did say that, and it did turn out to be that way. But I told you to take me somewhere funky, and you'd never heard that term before.
Specifically funky. I asked my friends, I was like, what is funky?
It's a very, very cool bar if you're ever in Toronto. The thing about our first date was we never anticipated it turning into a relationship. I think that we both, well, you were moving for one. And so right off the bat, that was out there. And so we both just saw it as something that was going to be just enjoying each other for the summer if it continued. That didn't happen. It just kept going and going and going.
And now we're fully U-hauled in the Netherlands. So.
I think that's why, for me anyway, things were so different this time around, because there wasn't the expectation, there wasn't the pressure. I just allowed myself to feel what I was going to feel, and probably it was going to end in heartbreak, but it hasn't. So the next question is she also neurodivergent?
I'm self-diagnosed with ADHD. We're pretty positive.
100% positive.
And this was just within the last year. I've kind of realized that. And as I've gotten older, it feels like it's gotten worse, but I'm not really sure.
When you say that it's getting worse, why do you say that?
I feel like the more that I figure myself out, the more that it comes out. And I also haven't been in school in 5 years, and now I'm doing my master's.
I know that you have talked about having difficulties, particularly now in this school setting, with other people being able to maintain their workload and staying on top of it immediately. Mm-hmm. And you are playing the comparison game.
Yeah. It's hard when other people, it seems that they're just easily moving through things. I found one girl here to relate to about it, but everyone else, they have their assignments done a week early. They've already written their 3,000 word papers, and I had to get extensions on every single assignment I did. And there's a shame in that, I think, especially because I haven't been used to it.
It's new for you.
It is new.
The next question is, how do you and your girlfriend approach communication about difficult or vulnerable topics? I think the easiest way to answer this question is by starting out with our communication differences and explain them. My love language is words of affirmation, and so I tend to fall into the category of talk too much versus talk too little, and maybe talk yourself into the problem, into more of a problem than it was to begin with. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I think I'm more of an acts person.
Acts of service.
Acts of service.
Yeah.
Especially at the beginning of our relationship, it was about learning the other person's love language.
Yeah.
Words of affirmation were not my strong suit, but I think we've gotten a lot better. It's about learning that that's what the other person needs.
Something that we have mentioned is we have to be thinking about how the other person is interpreting what we each are saying. Yep. And that obviously takes a lot of brain power to not only be thinking about the problem, trying to work through your own emotions, but having that forethought and empathy for the other. I think that definitely a pattern we have fallen into, especially with long distance, like all you have is communication. And so I think that this question could apply one to long distance and then one to in person. Like it could be a completely different answer. We definitely got into this pattern, especially at the beginning, where we'd get lost in discussions. We're missing each other, wanting more of a connection. So then that's playing a part into the way that we're receiving what the other person is saying. Is the issue the actual issue, or is it us missing each other and being able to identify that in yourself and the other person? It's very, very complex.
There's a line between communication and over-communication, and we got a little caught up.
This is one for me. I say this for myself. Sometimes connection can just be found in the mundane and sitting next to each other quietly or watching a movie long distance.
We have different wants and needs when it comes to those things, long distance specifically. You would rather sit and have a date where we chat for 2 hours and we're intentional and we're learning about each other, and then I would rather just talk about reality TV.
Just make it more lighthearted.
Yeah, I would rather just coexist on the phone while we do other things, because I find a connection in that.
We've gone from having fun during the summertime, seeing each other as often as we wanted to then long distance and not seeing each other for 3 months, and now essentially living together. So we are navigating the changes that come with those dynamics. And we definitely don't have all the answers figured out. I think that's the point of this video, is to show that you can have a healthy, loving relationship where there is a lot of acceptance for differences in brains, but it's not always easy, I think.
No, it's not, but I would say it's not easy, but it's worth it. I've said it many, many times. I think we perfectly complement each other with how different we are. Like we balance each other out in so many ways, and yeah, that can lead to misunderstandings, and that's where we have to communicate through those misunderstandings. But I also think it's beautiful the way it complements. That's all. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
We got so off topic there. But...
I know. So someone had asked, interview your GF on her side of experience dating you. So I can't really go over every little detail of dating you, but I guess...
Give us an overview of what it's like to date Elena.
Oh my gosh, fuck. Where do I start? Obviously, we just discussed the misunderstandings because we do have different brains. But what I find so perfect about that is that you bring the things that I don't have naturally. Like, you bring the depth and the empathy at a completely different level. And we can...
What were we talking about last night?
We can thank your autism for that. We had a full conversation about birds.
I learn a lot from birds. I learn a lot from animals. And I don't know if birds is something that you've ever looked at and wondered about before.
Not particularly, but what I said last night was that I am your partner, and whatever makes you happy and makes you passionate is what I want to listen to, and I will hear you out. I might not get on your level about pigeons, might not be too excited about the pigeons, but I will take a moment with you to sit in your happiness for a second. But I might not be on that level of special interest. Do you think that's hard for you?
It takes me a little bit of time to know that someone doesn't like something as much as I like it.
You're like, everyone doesn't love birds like I do? Damn it. That is the biggest thing about you that I love.
That I love birds?
Yes. Sorry, we're back to the birds again. No, it's the passion for the little things, finding beauty in things that are not so loved, as you say. Mm-hmm. Because I sometimes get a little bit lost in everyday life or like grand things. And so I think it's a good balance for my brain.
What about the not so fun parts? Because that's a reality. I think people who put their relationship online, I think, create this construct of an unrealistic expectation that I've definitely fallen into believing. I mean, my therapist told me it's not about the issues that you have, it's about the resolve, and I think it's important to highlight that the healthiest and most loving relationships still have issues.
There can be a lot of overthinking and overwhelm. I mean, we can use you moving to the Netherlands and
what happened?
Like we said earlier, I need to try to put myself in your shoes and learn what it's like, because we were having a whole discussion just about everyday things. Just for preface, there's a communal kitchen here. I'm living in kind of a student housing situation, and there's about 8 other people that share the kitchen. And so when Elena first got here, she said, I can't go to this kitchen by myself. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
At least for the start. And then I had left to go to class, and she said, I want to get out, I want to do something, but I don't think I can leave by myself and go explore this new place. And to me, in my brain, I go, step outside the door and use your GPS to walk around. It's not that hard. But it's being in someone else's shoes and thinking, no, it's actually a big deal for her to do those small things. And I'm learning that. I think as someone who also, I've never dated anyone else who's, diagnosed neurodivergent. I don't actually know. But being someone who has never dated anyone who's neurodivergent, I've never had to think in this way before. And it's really helping me learn about myself, because I have to think about someone so much more than myself.
I think that is something, when I have mentioned that I am in a relationship online, people have said, like, I don't know if I'm going to ever experience that love. I don't know if anyone's actually going to be able to accept me and my quirks in the way that my brain thinks. And I I definitely used to think that as well.
Do you feel loved?
Incredibly seen. And seen, for me, being seen equates to being loved. So, yeah. There are dynamics in this that test me a lot, but I know that you are somebody who has a willingness, and I think that's the key word, is that willingness will make a relationship work, because if you both want it and you're both willing to understand and learn, it will work regardless of what's going on. I mean, we're not talking about actual major relationship problems where you're more unhappy than happy, but you know, everyone's got their crap, everyone has their baggage, everyone has their trauma, and we are no different.
Yeah.
Apologies if the lighting is changing, you guys. It is nearly 3 in the afternoon, and it is already getting dark here. Someone asked me, was I bi-curious before coming out? I don't think you could say that. So for reference, I dated men up until recently, in the last few years of my life. And I think that was something that I forever questioned. I believed that I was gay at 15. I did not relate to my friends talking about how they wanted to get married to a man, and I put it down to just me not having found the right man. And then when I found a really great person and it still didn't work, then my baseline of what I was, who I was, my sexuality was just out the window. And I guess all of that came down to not having like the representation of someone like me, someone that looked like me, someone that thought like me. It was never something that I kind of seriously thought about, which was very different than your experiences.
Yeah, mine's a pretty cut and dry explanation. I came out at 17. I never dated a man, never wanted to. Now we're here, many years later, and I'm still gay.
Still gay, wasn't a phase. How to manage long distance is the next question.
The way that was phrased like an announcement or a commercial. It's not fun.
It isn't fun at all.
I would never romanticize long distance for anyone. You have to want it very badly. We did 3 months, and it was the longest 3 months of our lives. And I know a lot of people do a lot longer than that. I don't know how. Was it worth it when we got back together? Yes.
Those 3 days after we got back together, we were just staring at each other the whole time like you're real. That first moment of seeing you was the strangest feeling, because it was like, I know you, I love this person, but who are you?
Yeah, it was out of body.
That's the positive. The one positive of long distance is you get to fall in love again.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my gosh, she's so hot. I got to experience finding you attractive like I did the first day I met you.
Yeah.
And that was what made long distance worth it in that moment. Like, I was reminded, oh yeah, this is the person that I want.
But it was not as great being apart.
It took us quite a while. I mean, we are under very unique circumstances where we dated for less amount of time in real life than we did doing long distance. So we almost had to
It's like the most lesbian thing ever.
I know.
Just dated for 2 months officially before I left, and then did long distance for 3.
But we knew each other longer than that.
More specifically, how did we manage? A lot of effort and intention was put into it. We planned a lot of special dates.
We planned a date every week if we could. Mm-hmm. And that often looked like watching a movie or a TV show together through Google Meetings, is it?
Google Meet, yeah.
Google Meet. On different occasions, we would order Uber Eats for each other. We did a game day one time.
Just talk for hours.
Yeah.
And yap away.
Oh, we did this really fun date where we wrote a little letter to each other, knowing it was maybe a month until we saw each other. And so we were writing this letter knowing we would give it to each other when we were in person. And so we got to give those letters to each other this past week, which was super special. But it's this constant longing, and this, I don't know if this sounds bad, but I don't know how else it's meant to feel, but it's this longing. Nothing feels fully whole. Whatever you're doing, no matter how happy you are, you're still missing that one piece.
I always say, a piece of me is missing.
Yeah.
And that's true.
And it was like returned as soon as we were back together. We're still learning that, and we will be going back to long distance soon. So we're figuring it out.
Someone asked, how did she get such a hot girlfriend?
That was you. Well, how did you?
No, the question's for you. How did you get such a hot girlfriend?
Oh, it's for me.
Yeah.
Talking about birds.
You did.
Being super patient.
Yeah, I think patience is the one. Exhibiting the qualities that I've been searching for in a person, and going off of my pattern of previous dating.
So just being myself.
Just being yourself.
I know you asked that as a joke, but we actually answered that. So cute. This question I thought was super important. Someone says, hi, I always wondered how not to be ashamed of meltdowns and that stuff in front of your partner. I feel like this is definitely a big one for autistic people, because obviously shutdowns, meltdowns can very much be a part of our lives. I think me previously in other relationships, I had no ability to regulate my own emotions, and so it came out as anger, and it honestly probably came out that way because I was looking to sabotage the relationships because I didn't really want to remain in those. Now I am in a place where it took me a while to actually show my full autistic self, and I think that has come through feeling like I am going to be too much or too little of something else, or being too weird for you. And I think I just went into this a lot more cautious, and that's very different for me. And I think that came through really, really wanting this and really wanting you, doing long distance and then flying to another country, which is something that I am so not comfortable with doing, and then coming and living with you in an environment that is very foreign to me. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to hide my true autistic self from you. And so I think the place that I came to for me, I would rather be rejected for what I am than rejected for something that I'm not. And if you were really going to love me, then I wanted you to see all of me. It was scary. It was very vulnerable feeling to show you, like, hey, I'm struggling to walk out your room.
Yeah.
Because I know that's not something that you've dealt with another person or with yourself. But I always say in my videos and online, you have to allow yourself to be seen and expose who you really are in order to feel loved, in order to feel connection with people.
I also think that you have to understand that there can be some adjustment for the other person as well.
Yeah.
Like, it's not that I don't accept you. It just takes a moment to understand. And that goes for any relationship also, like living together or in a new environment and trying to figure each other out. Yeah. But I think it is like emphasized because other people may be like, nah, you can go to the kitchen. It's easy. So trying to take a moment to understand. It did take me a second, but just being patient, it just takes a moment to get to the same place that you are.
Yeah, I hope that answers the question. Well, you guys, I think we are going to leave it there because we are really contending with the light now. I feel like I'm having to be so close to the camera. But thank you guys so much for watching this video if you are still here. I hope this video gave you a little bit of encouragement if you are someone who doesn't believe that they can be loved for being neurodivergent. Anything you'd like to say?
I agree. I think everyone is deserving of love, and that's a big one that I've taught you. You gotta let the love in.
If you guys would like to see us together in another video, answering anything else, please leave your comments down below. We would love to hear from you. And yeah, thanks for coming on my channel.
You're welcome.
I know it was a lot.
Anytime.
And I will speak to you guys in the next video. Bye.
Just my little way.